Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mass Communication 100. In this video, I'm going to go over some details from the syllabus as well as class expectations so you know what to expect for Mass Communication 100 this semester. Let's get started. So the first thing is to really know, what is mass communication? Well, mass communication can be many things. It can be social media, it can be journalism, it can be plays, magazines, music, movies, it can be sports in some instances, or the broadcast of that. It can be emerging media like VR, AR, 360. And there are just many, many types of mass communication. So, mass communication is really any time that you're trying to talk or communicate a message to a large group of people. And large can be anything from two to, millions. And so mass communication is any time that that communicated message is going through some type of mediated context. And that mediated context, again, could be books, it could be a television, movies, the internet. And so we will get to explore a lot of different media types and how that changes the types of messages and meanings that we get through mass communication. So, as a reminder, this is an online only class. And so, in order to study through an online only class, that means you will not show up to any Zoom meetings. You don't have a designated class time. You will not meet in person at all. In fact, I teach remotely this semester because I have lupus and therefore am at risk for COVID-19. And so I teach from home for this semester while we're waiting for the world to settle down. So, in order to do this class, you really are doing everything through Canvas. So, when you log into Canvas, you're going to go into Mass Communication 100 as a course and hit the home button. You should always start right here where it says home. And then you're going to work through these modules in order. So the first thing you should do on week one is watch the welcome to class video. Then you'll do your discussion post. Then you'll do your syllabus video. So you can see that it follows the order that I want you to do. And just as a note, this is fall's Canvas course, so you can ignore this. Yours will look a little bit different, but just know that you're supposed to go in order from the home page. Don't go into your assignments tab or your discussion post tab and work that way because it gets confusing and you won't see everything that you need to see. So instead, use this module view as your way to work through the course. In addition, make sure you understand how to use Canvas and what these different symbols mean, because it can be important to finding things. For example, when you see this little link here, it means that I'm about to send you somewhere else. All of the lecture videos are going to be URL links because they're posted on YouTube. So it's sending you from Canvas to YouTube to do something. But if you see these little comment boxes, that's a discussion board post. If you see this paperclip, that's going to be a file. So it's something that you can download or view in Canvas. And typically, your assignment instructions and rubrics are going to be files, as well as any additional readings that I might have you do. The quiz or exam looks like a little rocket ship. Don't ask me why, but that's why it's there. And then assignments are a piece of paper with a pen by it. And you'll notice that the assignments as well as the quizzes will have the deadline of when everything is due, as well as how many points it's worth. And so you can pay attention to those as well. As I said, you really want to try to navigate as much as possible from the home page because I have everything laid out the way that it needs to be. So make sure you sign up for email alerts. You're going to want to go into your announcements tab over here on the left and make sure that you have announcements being forwarded to your email, or you get a text alert when I post something. Because anytime something changes in the course, or if I need to tell you something, that's where I'm posting it. Another helpful tool for you to do if this is your first online course with the University of Montevallo is to take the ORA online readiness assessment. It's a little quiz just to make sure that your software and computer and stuff are up to speed on what is necessary for an online course. So I've posted that link into Canvas if you think you need to take it to make sure that everything is working properly. So, in an online only class, it's really your responsibility to keep up with the material. I'm not there in a classroom helping guide you, making sure you're paying attention, making sure you're taking notes and things like that. So, you're having to work a lot more independently. And with that independence comes great responsibility. And so, you need to try to work ahead as much as possible. Don't wait to the last minute to do things because a lot of times they take a lot longer than you think that they do. And when you start getting behind, it can be very hard to make up materials. So don't be late. Late things often aren't graded, or you'll get a large point deduction. And since there's not many points in the class, you really don't want to do this. So, some other tips for success for this class: make sure you watch my lecture videos. This is not because I like to hear myself talk. By no means do I think I'm an awesome presenter or anything. In fact, I don't particularly like teaching this way, but it's what's best for my health right now. But the lecture videos are really how you're going to get the most content from the class. So, if you're not watching the videos, you will not be prepared for the exams. Same thing for the textbook. If you are not reading your chapters, then you're missing out on 50% of the instruction of this course. So while you're watching the videos and reading your textbook, you need to be taking notes. You have an open book, open note test, but it's timed. So if you're trying to look up everything while you're taking the test, you'll never complete it in time. So instead, while you're listening to me, through the video or while you're reading your textbook, go ahead and take notes so that when it comes to the exam time, you have those ready and prepared, both to study from and then to use while you're actually taking the test. In addition, make sure you participate in the discussion board posts. They're worth 20% of your grade, even though they're only 10 points each, which seems small. That adds up very quickly towards your final grade. And a lot of times, the difference between a letter grade comes down to these discussion board posts. So, as I said, the exams are based on your videos, your readings from the textbook, and your discussion board. So, make sure that you are doing those things. Also, if you ever need help, please reach out to me. I cannot stress enough that I want you to succeed and I am here for you no matter what happens this semester. We are in the midst of a global pandemic. I completely realize that and the kind of strain and stress that that causes on all of us. And I'm very, very cognizant of that. So please know that I know how difficult this year and past year have been. And I want to be there for you. So as things come up, as you struggle, I will work with you as much as possible, but you have to reach out to me in order to let me know that that's happening. Don't reach out during finals week and expect me to change your grade. You have to do it when you're starting to struggle. So, in speaking of reaching out to me, it's very important because I teach 5 different classes and am working on my dissertation at another university. I get probably close to 45 or 50 emails a day. And in order to properly answer you and to get you the information that you need, it is best if you email me professionally. Because here's what happens: I normally get an email from a student without a subject line. It doesn't tell me what class you're in, it may have just your first name, and I don't have the full concept of what's going on to be able to properly answer your question. So if you put in your email subject the course title, MC 100, and then the subject of what you're wanting to ask about here, like let's say media project, you have a question about the media project, just put MC 100 dash media project, and then address me, dear Professor Devers, and then tell me what your message is. What do you need help with? Write in full sentences, use proper grammar. Give me enough information to be able to help you and respond to you in a proper way. And then sign with your full first and last name. because shockingly, I might have more than one John within my 5 classes. So, if you can professionally email me, this is not only just a sign of respect for me as your instructor, but it's also a great way for me to be able to communicate back to you in a very busy semester for both me and you in a timely manner. And I do suggest that you do this for all of your professors at Montevallo. This is very important in terms of communicating well and professionally with others. The other main thing is to make sure you're reading the syllabus. The syllabus has tons and tons of information. I realize it's super long, but if you take the time and read the syllabus, you won't have as many questions about what's going on, what the class expectations are, and things like that. So if most of the time if you have a question, I'm going to refer you back to the syllabus anyway, so just go ahead and read the syllabus. Make sure that you get your textbook. This textbook is very important. It's very easy to read. It's really interesting. It gives you great examples. You will not pass the class if you do not read this textbook because 50% of the material really comes from the book. And so I had a lot of students last semester, for one reason or another, try to take this class without reading. And those were the students that did not do very well in my class. So make sure that you get the textbook. It's available at the bookstore. It's also available on Amazon. They have a version that you can read just online. So, depending upon the way that you want to get this textbook, get it. But please know that I will not be scanning in chapters after MLK Day. So, you have to have your book by MLK Day. The grade breakdown, 60% of your grade is exams, which means that each exam is worth 200 points, but I'm only grading the top 3 exams. So their final is optional. If you're happy with the first 3 grades and want to take a 0 for the fourth, it's totally cool. Or if you didn't do so well on one of the first 3 tests, you can make it up with the final exam and drop, exam 2 or whatever your lowest exam grade is. Your discussion posts are going to be worth 20% of your grade. There are 20 posts worth 10 points each. And a post, in order to be graded the full 10 points, needs to have the original comment posted by Friday of the week that the module is. And then by Sunday, you have to reply to 2 of your peers. And this is not just, I like your comment, or I agree with you. You really need to give me quality content here. Show me that you understand the discussion and really engage with the rest of your classmates in your replies. Also, make sure that you are very respectful and realizing that there are people with different viewpoints and belief systems in our class. We talk about some very controversial things in our class. And so it is okay for you to have a difference of opinion. Just make sure that you communicate that difference of opinion professionally. You will also have a media project worth 100 points total. I won't go into great detail about this because there is a lengthy explanation of it in a separate video. But you essentially will pick 1 out of 7 media projects to complete by the end of the semester. And you will work on those by yourself. They're self guided. I don't teach anything about that. So pick the one that you think you'd be able to do best. And then we're going to be doing digital literacy worksheets. There is a great series of YouTube videos from MediaWise, and author John Green is the one that produces these. And there are 11 total videos. One of them is an introduction, so you don't do a worksheet on the introduction. But on the 10 other videos, you will complete a worksheet that I provide to you that reflects on what you're learning about digital literacy. And because we are so reliant on digital media now, I think that this will be a skill that we will all gain from by doing. So, if you're wanting to know about the schedule, when things are due, when is your exam, things like that, There are two places to check. The bottom of your syllabus has a proposed schedule, and then each week your module will have the schedule of what we're doing that week. I will try to post a module as soon as I have it complete. So, usually that means I'm working at least 1 week in advance of what you're supposed to be working on. So, if you can, work ahead. And if you have a question about deadlines or assignments, please contact me because I'm here to answer whatever questions you have. A quick note about plagiarism: don't do it. There is a very thorough definition in your syllabus about what plagiarism is in a communication course, as well as all college courses, but particularly in a communication course. Plagiarism is highly, highly frowned upon, and I don't mess with it. So if I catch you cheating or plagiarizing in any way, you will be turned in for academic misconduct, which will be reviewed by the Student Conduct Board and has the ability for expulsion if the student code of conduct decides that that is necessary. So please do not plagiarize. I'm really interested in your thoughts and opinions about media, not someone else's. Finally, make sure that you're contacting me about anything that you have going on, any questions you have. Even though these are online courses and we're working asynchronously, I am here for you all the time. So, the Calendly link is the easiest way to schedule a meeting with me. I've posted that in the syllabus as well as on Canvas in the semester long resources tab. You can also email me or visit my office at Strong Hall, but because of the pandemic, I'm actually not in the office very often. So my office is the least best way to get in contact with me. So now that you know what the class expectations are, I want you to go ahead and read through that syllabus. It's really important that you do so. Then take the syllabus quiz, which will allow you to practice how we will take exams throughout the course. It also will show me that you have read through the syllabus. You'll complete a discussion post about what you're most looking forward to learning this semester. And then I will produce and you will watch a video about the two semester long assignments that we have. Finally, I have provided chapter one from the textbook for you as you work to get your textbook. Go ahead and read that chapter before next week. When we will start covering mass communication models, and mass communication theories. So I hope that you guys have had a wonderful week one thus far. If you have any questions about the syllabus or class expectations, please don't hesitate to contact me.